I'm in a little bit of the depths of despair right now. I had that caribou at 25 yards. 25 yards. I didn't have the cameras rolling, so you don't get to see any of this. He was behind a tree. His antlers were in front of the tree. All he had to do was take 2 steps in front of it, and I would have had him dead. 2 steps. Instead, the wind just shifted like ever so slightly, and he just ran. I moved down lower so I could find a bull, down low, try and head him off, do it, works out, find a bull, get in, and just unfortunate. Unfortunate. Oh, that's heartbreaking. That is so heartbreaking. Just trying to get that big old gagger bull to come out. And shake his head. Comes stomping right to us. So that clearly went straight into the lung. Seen a lot of springs. I've never seen one like that before. It's, I believe in oil parlance, it's called a gusher. Pretty cool to see. Today I'm really just hoping I get one good opportunity. I've got, realistically like 3 days to try and kill something. And I've been really holding out hope that I could find a nice bull within range. I still holding out hope for that. I think, like I said before, these things are migrating. And this isn't really a caribou spot. This is supposed to be a moose spot. And it just has caribou around. So, trying to be selective when I'm not sure if it's a good idea, if I really want to fill a tag. Got real close yesterday. Real close. And just should have taken a shot. I don't regret it, because I felt like I could have got another 10 yards closer. And I think getting closer is always better than not. But if I have another situation like that again, where I'm 60 yards away, broadside on a caribou, with a really pretty calm wind, I'm just going to take the shot. It's always easy to second guess yourself after you've screwed up. But you just got to learn from it and move on. No point in crying in your Cheerios. So far, a pretty slow start to the day in terms of animal sightings. I can see from here, I can see this upper pasture, which is like the head of this basin here. It's usually kind of caribou scattered around it because it's a large chunk of ground and I can't see any caribou up there. Spotted one cow calf down in the brush, and that's it. So it's not what you'll love to see in the first part of the day when theoretically caribou should be out moving around, but who knows, maybe they're just not up and moving right now. Could be time of day, could be anything. Up here finally on my perch, and I really can't see any caribou still. So I can see some like way off in the distance, some across the mountain over there, so there's some around, but definitely not much going on right now. It's getting close to 10 o'clock, so hopefully they'll start moving here soon. Right now, it's just not much moving. But from this spot, the thing I really like about it is I can see down valley really well. So like anything coming up this way, I should be able to see it. It's kind of like almost like a funnel and a pinch point. So anything coming from the other side of this ridge, though, coming up that drainage, they seem to tend to come up and eventually hit this ridge that I'm on and either skirt it or come right up. A little bit of an update here. So that I can't remember if I talked about this earlier, but I found a really nice moose that I'm pretty sure is legal for Andrew. And it's probably, I would say, 1.5 miles, 2 miles upstream from our camp. And he's been there, I saw him about 11 o'clock and he's still there. He's out feeding right now, long ways away. This camera will not, you won't be able to see him on this camera. Sorry, I got distracted below me. I can see a caribou out in the meadow by itself right now. Also just seeing caribou kind of cross the river or come out from the bottom all along down here, just like I was earlier. So I feel really good about my decision to come down here. But it's like as soon as they hit this, they're crossing the river and they're booking it up out of the meadows. So, and I haven't really seen a bull within 2 miles of me. It's all been cows and calves. So I'm just basically sitting here probably 500 feet off the river bottom with a really good vantage, upriver and downriver, just waiting for a caribou to come out that I can go take a crack at. So.
Well, at this rate, we're averaging 1 moose per day. Good. Be happy with that.
It's better than 0 moose a day.
Darn right. Darn right.
All right, we're calling it quits. No moose, no more caribou. It almost seemed like right around 5:30 or so, the caribou just stopped migrating. It was like they were moving and you could kind of see them up and down valley, and then all of a sudden they just stopped. So no luck on day 2. Gonna get up bright and early tomorrow and try and come right back to this spot and hopefully be able to spot that bull moose and hopefully some bull caribou. So we'll see you tomorrow. Starting out the day doing a little moose calling. He's walking up towards our glass and knob right now. I let him get a little ways up there and started doing little cow calls, a few cow calls. See if that doesn't bring any moose from upriver or downriver, kind of walk in this direction. He should be able to see them if they are moving. So now I'm gonna get packed up and head out. Walking behind camp here to get up to the meadow. I want to show you what it looks like, but it's kind of just a thick jungle of brush and trees. It's loaded with bear sign. There's bear scat everywhere and stuff. Definitely kind of keeps you on your toes as you're walking through it, because bears definitely hang out in this spot right here. Especially in kind of a little bit lower light. You can't see quite as well. Makes you think twice about where you're heading. Everything is so still out this morning. There's kind of a crisp breeze. Just feels so peaceful right now. No caribou moving yet that I can see. No bears, which is a good thing. And no moose.
I just got up here and was just racking my mind on why we're not seeing any moose, and started really looking hard into the edge of the timber and turned up a nice bull. It looks like he's got at least 4 brow tines on each side, and he's kind of right in the moosey stuff that I went and found that shed in yesterday. So
I wonder if it's not that same bull that I saw yesterday.
He's a mile away, and there's nothing back
Downstream?
over there. Downstream, yep. Kind of cruising towards us, so.
Perfect.
Yeah, you get to thinking that there's nothing here, literally nothing, and then it takes one, and that's the rule of hunting. It only takes one to go from a terrible, worthless hunt to the best hunt you've ever had.
You're in Alaska, it can't be the worthless hunt.
No, it's great. Yeah.
All right, what's the plan?
Well, we've got more moose than we can really figure out. We know there's 3 for sure. Thought there was two mature bulls that I may have seen earlier, but I'm gonna head down. It's about a mile and a half away, and cross the river, and then just act like a moose and see if we can't find an opportunity to get an arrow and one of those, 4-brow tine or 50-inch wide bulls.
All right, good luck, buddy.
Thanks.
And if you shoot one, make sure push it to the river and then ride it downstream to camp.
Okay. Waterlog it.
Waterlog it. Yep.
Okay. That'll be easy. How do I stop it though?
Just tie a rope around its antlers, and then when you're ready to get out, just jump out and put your feet down.
Okay.
All right.
That'll work.
That'll work.
All right. See ya.
Later. Well, Andrew is off. I think there's a good chance he's going to see some good action down there. There's three, looks like 2 or 3 bulls are just kind of milling around in that zone. If he gets in there and makes some calls, I think he's going to hopefully pull one of those bulls out. But he's got that little kitty bow, so he needs them to be real close before he can take a shot. But Andrew's a good hunter, so I imagine if he knows how to create an opportunity for himself. I'm going to just back up here and I'm going to keep watching. Doesn't look like caribou have really started moving yet. It seems like right around mid-morning they start walking and moving around. And then by about late evening, they're done. It's really interesting. And I haven't seen anything moving around just yet, but hopefully here soon. It's still pretty early. So our camp is right on the edge of that timber stringer right there, down on the edge of the river. And we are seeing caribou kind of come off this slope right here, all over the place, across the river, and they're kind of coming up this meadow. And that's generally kind of the way that they are moving. Andrew's moose that he is going after is way up there at the tip of my finger, right on the edge of that timber up there. So that's where he's headed to. And I'm just gonna sit up here on this hill. Still just sitting here waiting for the caribou to start moving. It's a little after 10 o'clock and I haven't seen a single other caribou other than the one group I saw maybe around 8:30 or so. I could see Andrew down there in the willows kind of sneaking around right where I saw those moose, but I don't know what's going on down there. Haven't seen anything blow out. So I'm assuming those moose are still in there and he's just sneaking in on them. This wind is being super shifty right now. It's coming out of the east. It was just coming out of the west, which doesn't help him. Hopefully he has a consistent wind where he's at. It'd also be nice if that wind kind of stabilized here. So by the time I actually see a caribou that I want to try and make a play on, I can plan my stock accordingly. But for now, we just wait. Heard of about a dozen, I don't know, maybe 15 to 20 caribou that just came across the river directly below me here. There's a nice bull in there. Right now they're coming straight at me, so I'm just getting packed up, getting ready to move as soon as they start. I figure out which direction they're gonna go. good sized herd compared to what I've seen. And behind them on the river, I can see even more. Looks like they're kind of angling to the right, so I'm going to start working my way down. Well, shots have been fired. Don't really know what happened there. That was an intense few seconds there. I couldn't really see where the caribou were at. There's so many of them spread out here. I knew the bulls were up higher. I could see some out in front of me. Didn't know if they were behind me, and then all of a sudden, like, there they were. And there was a pretty good bachelor herd in there. And I had one picked out that I was going to shoot. Ranged him, he was broadside. I stood up, and as soon as I stood up, another one walked right behind him. And I was like, oh, come on. So I didn't shoot him. He was like 49 yards exactly. And so then there were some to the right. They were a little closer, some bulls. And so I just swung to the right, and it looked like it was about 10 yards closer. So I shot for 40. I heard a thwack, and they all ran. I don't know what kind of shot that was. I tried to find my arrow, and this is like probably the worst place you could try and find an arrow, next to Kodiak. Just a soft moss, like anything that an arrow is just going to bury in there. So I don't have an arrow to go off of. The herd ran down there, and then they all kind of ran to the left. So I don't know what's going on. I'm just going to give it another half hour or so, and then I'm going to start trying to track the herd, see where they went, see if I can find a dead caribou. But this is that, like, bottom of your pit feeling. Because what I don't know is, I heard a thwack, but I don't know if that was the arrow. It sounded like it was hitting an animal, but maybe I shot low. I tried to look on the camera to see if I could tell, and I can't tell on that little tiny screen. Also, I had buck fever, real bad for the first time in a while. It's good to remind you you're alive. God, that was exactly the opportunity I wanted right there. Exactly. All right, I'm just starting my track here, and this is like some of the worst tracking terrain I think I've ever been in, because everything's kind of red, green, yellow. I'm not sure I'd be able to see dirt down here. Blood on anything. So I think the only thing I can do is just kind of zigzag where I saw the herd go. And hopefully, if he's dead, he's dead. And I run into him. I don't know what else to do other than that. But it's important to make an effort, even if I'm not sure exactly what happened. So this is like the part where I get the most anxiety. Because you're like, was it a good shot? Was it not a good shot? Thought it was. Is he dead? Is he not dead? Is he just like walking across this hillside? Will I ever find him? I don't know. All those thoughts run through your head when in a situation like this. So, but let's start walking and looking. Sunrise. So this is about where the herd, they ran about here, and everybody just stopped. So maybe, holy shit. 1 second, there he is right there. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh wow. That's the reason I couldn't find my arrow. That arrow is still in really good shape too. So it's funny, that arrow only went in that far. About yay far, which is rare. Usually these arrows, the last blacktail I shot, it blew through both shoulder blades, came out the other side. So I think that's a bit of luck. It's full of frothy blood. So that clearly went straight into the lung. Tell you what, pretty impressed with that broadhead though. It looks sharp as ever. Very tip is dinged up. And now she's in good shape. Oh, goodness gracious. Beautiful animal. Oh, these flies are vicious right now. Use the wind. Goodness gracious. Well, I better get started cleaning him up here.